Yeah, they don't mean anything. They're just names of our strategies. AT represents against trend, which means there's no trend. The trend's not going up, trend's not going down. And BOS is the boss. It means the boss. The software is the boss. We let the boss do all the work. It's kind of the opposite of your job. We let the boss do the work. We kind of used to refer to the software as the boss. And but they don't really. AT is the name of the strategy. BOS is the name of the strategy, but that's where they were derived from. Correct. Two charts for two different strategies. We can actually run them on one screen, but it would be confusing. And then you have your daily loss limits would be messed up. Well, they wouldn't be messed up. They'd all be grouped together as one number, but it's better to separate them. But you're exactly right. Each strategy needs its own screen or its own chart. Some people trade both systems, the upper chart and the lower chart. Some people trade one of the two. The lower chart doesn't require any real attention other than making sure it's turned on and running each day. So that chart, I would say 50% of the group only trades THG, the lower chart, and 50% of the group trades both systems. We've got one or two people that just trade ATBOS because that's our staple strategy that we started this group with 5.5 years ago. But yes, you can trade both at the same time. If you had 3, 4, 5, 6 charts, you can trade them all at the same time. Plus, you can manually trade if you have the successful experienced background of manually trading. You can also manually trade while the auto system is running. It's equal. The numbers are there on the spreadsheet, Calvin. You can do the math yourself on THG. I would say ATBOS has produced more points because it's been around a lot longer, 5.5 years versus THG. We're really in our second year with THG. If you look at the calendar, it reflects 3 years, but we had a long break where we didn't use it at all in 2020. And so we started it back up this year in March. So it's only 2 years old versus ATBOS, which is responsible for most of those points on the spreadsheet, most of the 3,249 points that the software's produced up to the minute. But the upper chart, it requires a measurement to take at night. And it depending on what time zone you're in, it may be uncomfortable. Some people don't mind waking up. They go, hey, I wake up 2 times a night every night, so I don't mind taking the measurement at the time you're supposed to. The lower chart doesn't require anything. All you want to do is make sure it's turned on before you go to sleep. We have more than 8 strategies in the trading account. Which one do we choose? I don't know what you're talking about, 8 strategies. Howard, are you in the group? Did you purchase the software? Uh, you you only have you have different times. You don't have 8 strategies. You have different you have different um what you're talking about is you're talking about real time versus back test. Um we don't we don't go in the back test at all. We don't go in the back test at all. Um you can back test is for your benefit. If you want to look backwards on ATBOS, that's the only one you can look backwards on. And real time is live trading. Trading it's live trading moving forward, whether it's in sim or live money. Okay, that's real time. But the strategy is determined by the measurement on ATBOS, and it's either AT or BOS at night. The other strategies, you have daytime sitting in there, which we haven't used for over a year now yet. Okay, although we're monitoring it all the time to see if we can get the daytime started back up, but it's been running sporadically, and I mean really sporadically, for the last year and a half since COVID started. We're on a pretty good streak right now, but we need some consistency before we go live with it, like we have been with the nighttime and THG. But we'll get there. We'll get the daytime. So, of the 8 things you're referring to, the eight items in your strategy list, 4 of them are daytime. You're not even going to touch those. The other ones are for the nighttime, and you're just going to choose AT or BOS based on the measurement. And you don't even choose it. It's determined by making the measurement, so that you don't have to make any decisions other than do the measurement at the appropriate time. And like I said, THG, it runs by itself. I'm working on, I have in the works with no time frame other than sometime next year, another strategy. I have another strategy. It takes time to test it. It takes months and months to live test different strategies. So whether they come to fruition or not is yet to be determined, but they look good. Yeah, just like BOS was our original strategy, then I created AT, and then a couple years after that, about 3 years ago, I created THG, which is and well, the plan is to add to the strategies, and those will be presented to the entire group at the appropriate time. But you can only trade 1% of your entire account balance for all systems you use. It's a total of 1%. Each strategy does not use 1%. It's a 1% total. If you're trading one strategy, it's 1% total. If you're trading 2 strategies, it's 0.5% each. Okay? If you're trading both systems, we went over that a couple days ago. But it's highly recommended that it's a level of risk that you don't want to exceed. So once you get past the 1%, it's too risky. It's too risky.